Hello there, my name is Elizabeth and I wanted to share a process video of my oil painting. So I decided to do a dragon eye oil painting. This is on a smaller canvas and I actually already had the eye as well as the flats for all of the scales done when I started recording. I learned that the way I sort of attack painting is very here and there. I bounce around a lot, so I apologize. Yeah, just filling in for the scales, trying to block out where I want the midtones to be, where I want the main shadows to sort of hang out. For a lot of these, I ended up just taking that light lavender color and sort of just repainting the scale. That way I could take the rest of my other pigment and just sort of put them down and sort of blend them the best that I could. I do go in later with a blending brush. Yeah, I use this red paintbrush for most of the painting. I would say like 90%. It allowed me to put everything down, kind of map out where I want the values to be, and then I'd go in with a fresh, that is to say a clean brush with no paint on it, to get some of those very minimal blends. But yeah, it was a process of just building them up, sort of in a layering process all of its own. I would put down this light color, and of course bring down some darker colors, and try to blend it together. And the cool thing about oil painting is as long as the paint is smooth, if you let it dry, you can paint over it. So it's one of the benefits of oil painting. Now this painting, I did use a painting medium, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically just something that you're adding to the paint. And I used liquid for this painting. And what that does is it helps the paint from yellowing over time, but it also drastically reduces the amount of time you need for the paint to dry, which was really helpful. I'd normally paint in the evenings and give it, I don't know, a good 24 hours before coming back to it, and it would be dry. And as to why a dragon eye, I just really wanted to do it. I've never painted an eye being the focus of a painting before, so I wanted to push myself. Here's the white brush that I use for blending, and for those of you that don't know, it's basically just a dollar store eyeshadow brush. So it's really cheap. Works really well. I have not used, normally for other projects I would just blend using like a clean brush, so I'd have to clean it off all the time, and it really helps being able just to have those very fine bristled brushes that you see with most makeup sets. It just really allows you to get just a perfect gradient. So if you are into oil painting, even acrylic painting, these brushes, just a cheap makeup brush from the dollar store, and you're set. I'm going in on that upper lid now, trying to really darken it up, since that sort of that bridge above it, that brow line, so to speak, is really setting that deep into the almost towards, you know, farther towards the socket. So, and then I know I end up lightening it up, but I bring it and darken it back up again. So this is what I was talking about, being able to go back in one setting and tweak paint. Really helps, especially when you're still experimenting with the light. Just going in, making sure that my highlights are readable. A good tip for painting, since when you're painting something, you know, you're like hovering over it, you're focusing on these specific areas. So a good thing to do every once in a while is just to get up and take a few paces away from your project and then just look at it like as one cohesive painting. It really helps you put things into perspective, quite literally. Especially for artists, you know, you get into that stage where you're really hypercritical of yourself. And you're focusing on one area when you really should be focusing on like the whole picture. Here I am, I'm taking a very thin little green brush that I was given in a set for painting miniatures. And this brush really helped redefine and kind of reshape those scales. I was going in with a very deep violet. Really set them apart. And here I'm just filling the little horns, the little aesthetic horns in with not a straight titanium white. I added a few different pigments into it, and then I basically just use Payne's gray and some buckskin tans to give it that brownish hue, but also give it that darker. I was really going for like those dark tipped horns. At least that's what I was envisioning. The footage here gets a little choppy just because it's getting pretty late in the evening, so the lighting is a bit off. Yeah, and then I just gave it the old initials. Now for drying time, I let it dry for about a few weeks, and this is it when it's, you know, completely dried, ready to be varnished. And I'm gonna take it outside and varnish it. Now the whole point of varnishing a piece is so that it won't yellow over time, and then also the varnish, it almost like it activates the paint. It looks wet, so it looks like it's been freshly painted. There it is, varnished. It's dried for a little bit. Yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm open to any critiques or advice that you might have. What sort of brushes do you use to achieve the same look? You know, let me know down below. And if you want to follow for more, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching till the end. See you later.